Welcome to Mum's Work and Chaos. I'm Louise, and this podcast is designed to help fill the gaps in your village. Each week, I sit down with a new guest. Think of it like two friends having a chat about something important. From toxic family dynamics and medical misogyny to embracing who our kids are and understanding neurodiversity, we're here to make sense of motherhood, one chaotic conversation at a time. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into this chaos together. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Mum's Work and Chaos. Today I'm delighted to be joined by James. He heads up the Kindness Foundation, which is an amazing group setting up events to raise money for charities like Brave and a whole bunch of other people as well. So I just want to let you introduce yourself and your organisation and tell us a bit more about what you're doing.
Okay, hiya. Thanks for having me. It's really nice to be here.
No,
I run the Kindness Project, which is all about just spreading kindness and doing kind acts. And we do some fundraising, we do donations, really whatever we can do to spread kindness, we're doing it.
That's amazing. And not only do you head up the Kindness Project, but you're also a teacher by day as well, which is amazing how you're juggling both things at once. I can't work out how you quite balance both at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think, the teaching, that's the job. So you got to go with that and do everything that's there. And then in the free time, just working on the Kindness Project and just making sure that things are planned in as far in advance as they can be.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, teaching, you have to be very kind to be a teacher. I've got 3 kids of my own. I don't quite know how teachers manage all the kids they have to manage as well in a classroom. So I can imagine it takes a lot out of you during the day as well. And then
It does, but it's a good job. It's really nice.
No, it's an amazing job, and we fully appreciate you. So there you go. So, why? Obviously, you've got an event coming up on the 9th of February at Leicester Square Theatre.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, and it's a great lineup. It's music and comedy night, isn't it?
It
So,
is.
how did that come about? What brought this on? Is it something that you've done before?
Yeah, kind of yes and no, really. So for the past sort of 4.5 years, I ran a charity which was raising money for HCC, which is one of the charities we're raising for this time. Unfortunately, that charity did have to close down in the summer. But that's where the Kindness Project started. It was a big thing for me to still host events and do some fundraising charity work, in whatever form that may be. And I kind of struggled with the name a bit and thought about what was important to me, and talking to some friends and coming up with the idea. That's where the Kindness Project came from. So I run that with one of my friends, who helps kind of plan in the events and attends things and do whatever we're doing. Basically, she's there, and the Leicester Square event is something that I always wanted to do with the previous charity, but I did it on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
That was really good fun, and we had some really good people there supporting us, and that was a music and comedy night as well.
Yeah.
And everything else we did was pretty much online. So it was set up during COVID, so we couldn't do in-person stuff, and we found the online worked really well for us. But the in-person events is something that I really wanted to do. Did it on a small scale, and it worked really well. And Leicester Square is a theatre that I love it. I think it's such a lovely place to be. It's a great atmosphere. Every seat's a good seat as well, so you're never going to see a bad show. And the opportunity came up to do it at Leicester Square, so we went for it. Yeah, we're doing it.
I think that's the thing as well, with the music and comedy as well. You've got like the comedy store around the corner, you've got Jongleurs as well, you've got this hub of having global radio right there as well. It's like this, it's got that atmosphere as well, doesn't it?
It has, yeah. It's got a really nice feel to it. But the venue itself, I think it's lovely.
Yeah, amazing. So with only 1 week to go now, how are you feeling? How are preparations going?
Yeah, we're ready to go. Yeah, everything's done. Everything's sorted. All ready to go.
and you just got such a fantastic lineup as well. That was what really drew my eye to you when I first saw your one of your posts being shared by our mutual connection, Joe. Um, seeing, you know, you've got the likes of Sara Pascoe, you've got Joe Caulfield, you've got Mark Simmons as well, which is amazing. But it's just such an eclectic lineup as well, like with the musical acts that you've got as well. How did how did you work on bringing all of that together?
So it's just working out kind of who we wanted to work with, what sort of people we wanted as well, to cater for. So we put the age rate in for the event at 14 plus.
Mm,
So obviously the comedians will cater for that as well. And it's just speaking to people like JoJo's I work really closely with for a lot of our events, and she's our ambassador, so she will attend as much as she can. She hosts everything as well. And so I said to her that these are the sort of people that we'd be after. These are the kind of the dream names. These would be the lineup that we'd like.
yeah,
Um, and I leave it to her, and then she comes back to me and says, "Yeah, we've got all the people you wanted." And that's kind of how it works with us. And then the musicians I sort out as well.
yeah,
Um, so Abby and Rob I've worked with before on
yeah,
previous fundraising events. They are just fantastic, and both more than happy to help as well. And Charlotte and the band are new for us to work with this time. But again, looking at everybody and how they are, what sort of songs they perform, how they interact with the audience as well. Every single act is different. So
yeah.
we are really, hopefully, catering for everybody.
No, it just looks amazing. So uh, now we know that every seat is a good seat and the acts are
Absolutely.
brilliant.
Yeah,
what
they really are.
what can people expect on the night? What are your attendees and people who have already bought tickets going to get to experience? How's it? What's the
It's
lineup?
just going to be a great night. Just a really fun atmosphere, really positive,
Yeah,
full of hopefully kindness, and people will leave feeling really happy, really, fulfilled with what they've had for the evening. And for the price of the ticket, they're getting a brilliant night out as well.
I
And
just
there'll
think
be
the
a few
price
little
is
surprises on the
amazing.
way. £30 a ticket, and
Yeah,
including JoJo as our host, they've got 9 acts that they're
yeah,
seeing.
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, they get the satisfaction of supporting two amazing charities as well.
Exactly. So all the money raised is going to the two charities with a 50-50 split. So that's really lovely. And there's a few surprises on the night as well.
Ooh. I wish you could tell us what they were, but obviously they wouldn't be surprises if you did.
Exactly. There are some for the audience and for the acts.
Oh,
We are
even
surprised every
better.
time.
So we get to see the acts being surprised as well. That just makes me want to buy tickets even more. So,
Definitely.
what made you? I mean, obviously you've worked with HCC before, so that's Haematology Cancer Care.
Yes.
But how did you end up working with Brave as well? So they specialise in helping parent carers
Yes,
actually
that's
have
right.
some time to look after themselves as well, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So if I just go back to HCC
Yeah,
to
yeah.
start, so HCC work with patients who have got blood conditions, and unfortunately, not everybody has a positive outcome from that. And that's where my fundraising started for HCC. And over the 4 years, we raised about £56,000,
Wow.
which goes towards patients' treatment, therapies, initiatives like they've got the snack trolley and the lollipop project.
Yeah.
Um, and it goes to all sorts of things like that for them. And, I couldn't think of a better cause than supporting the actual patients rather than it's just money that goes into a charity that pays the staff to go and sort out all the things. This money, it all goes straight on the patients, which they need it and they deserve it. And then Brave, as you said, is a charity that supports parent carers of children with complex medical needs. And I've seen firsthand, you know, the load that it has on a parent, and it's hard. And they need those opportunities for self-care. And I think sometimes they do need those reminders as well that
Mm.
they are important and they need to look after themselves. And if they don't, how can they always care for their child in the best possible way? They need to make sure they're looked after as well.
I think it's so difficult though, isn't it? Like you will always put yourself before your child, 100%.
Of course, yeah.
That's
And
that's
that's
just
that,
the way it will work.
yeah,
I
that's a
think you
given.
can't keep filling someone else's cup from an empty cup. That's
No, and that's why I
and
think Brave's a really important charity because
yeah,
it means that, as a charity, they are putting the parent carers first and making sure that they're looked after, so then they are in the best possible shape to go and look after their children.
No, it's amazing. The work that both charities do is just absolutely fantastic. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think blood conditions again are so under recognised as well. Like my gran had leukemia, and it's really difficult one to get your head around, working out the different types of blood conditions as well. It's just incredible.
And there's so many, and seeing firsthand the work that they do, it's just amazing. The dedication that the staff have to getting a positive outcome for all those patients, and the time that they have for the families and friends of the patients as well. It's a real community,
Yeah,
and I think it's really important, and the work they do is just incredible. It really is.
it's
So two
amazing.
charities that I really, really do support, and I really want to succeed in what they're doing. So any money that we can raise from this event is going to two amazing causes.
No, it's amazing, isn't it? And starting off online in COVID to now being at the Leicester Square Theatre
Nice,
shows that
incredible.
amazing growth as well, and the expansion, and the support that you've got already. So
Yeah, and the thing is, the fundraising, it's not just about the money, it's about spreading the awareness and people following and supporting what you're doing as well. It really goes a long way.
yeah, and that's something that we need to remind listeners now as well, not just at the end. Please do follow the Kindness Project. The link to their Instagram is at the bottom in the show notes right now, so you can click through there and head straight to their Instagram. And the same for HCC and Brave as well. Give everyone a follow and make sure that you're supporting those charities, not just with money, but also with sharing posts, liking, commenting, raising awareness around those posts that they're getting out there as well.
Yeah,
So
and I will add to that as well, that if anyone is struggling regarding as like a life as a parent carer, or they know someone who is, or somebody who is suffering from a blood disorder, to reach out to the charities and get in contact with them.
I think that's another thing though, isn't it? Is the actual asking for help element can
Yeah,
be so difficult for a lot of people. It's just realizing that there is that need for yourself as well.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
obviously your child is going through something that's really difficult, but equally like realizing when you need to ask for help as well can be
Yeah,
a humbling experience, to say the
definitely.
least.
Yeah.
um Beyond this event, do you have any other initiatives planned or coming up in
Yeah,
2025?
we do. So, just gone over Christmas and New Year, we received loads of donations, just from families and friends, who had, at Christmas you get loads of chocolate and biscuits and bottles of wine and except, all stuff like that.
Yeah,
And they donated loads of bits for us, and we made up three big hamper boxes, and we chose three causes that we thought kind of deserved them in our local area. So we picked a hospice for the staff there who've worked over Christmas and New Year, and then we picked an old people's home for,
yeah.
again, staff, and we picked a 24-hour emergency vets. All three causes we think deserved a little treat, so we took the hampers in, donated them to them, which is really kind. And anything that we get that donation wise that comes in that we could use for something like that, we will do throughout the year. So anyone who has anything to donate, just let us know and we'll take it. Um, so that's kind of an ongoing one. We also have, for HCC, we are doing a Easter egg collection, and we will be taking 99 Easter eggs up to the hospital, at UCLH, and we'll be taking around to the 99 patients who are there receiving their treatment at the moment. So we're
Oh,
doing
that's
that.
so
I
good.
will be promoting that soon. So if you've got any Easter eggs, send them our way. And
Yeah,
we also have, which we haven't announced yet, but this would be a good time. We have a virtual music night coming up, which will be supporting Crohn's UK.
amazing. So you're supporting so many different charities with your events as well. So
Yeah, and I think that's the aim with this one. Whereas before it was just HCC we were raising for, whereas
yeah,
this time we're able to actually branch out and work with so many different charities for different reasons. People can come to us and say, look, I'd like to do something like this, which is what's happening with the Crohn's UK one. We've had somebody come and say to us, look, I'd like to do something to give back to Crohn's. can you help? So we're sorting out the music night for them, and we're hosting that with them in partnership with them, to kind of raise some funds, raise awareness for Crohn's.
Amazing. That's so cool. So if people did want to donate Easter eggs or anything else for hampers and stuff that you've got going on during the year as well, how would someone go about doing that?
Send us a message, whether it's phone number, WhatsApp, email address,
Yeah.
Instagram, whatever way they can contact us. I'm on the end of the phone, so just let me know and we will arrange postage, delivery, collection, however best works. We'll make it work.
Amazing. That's brilliant. So, well, what advice would you give someone who also wanted to spread a bit of kindness and start their own initiative? Like, obviously, um, you started online and doing online events to get people on board and spreading that awareness of HCC. But what if someone else wanted to do something similar and wanted to spread kindness as well?
I think, to be honest, it would just be do what feels right. Whether that's doing fundraising or spreading awareness or doing just one-off event and see where it takes them. Just honestly see what feels right and go with it, and speak to as many people as possible, research, and just be open to kind of all different opportunities, really. A bit like previously when we started with HCC, that started with a virtual comedy night.
Yeah.
It was a one-off event just to kind of do it and have a bit of fun and have a nice night, raise some money for a good charity, and that was the intention. And it went so well, and it kind of took off from there. That's where I first met Jojo, and she's been with us ever since, and she's now on the Kindness Project with us as well. So it wasn't created as kind of its own charity to raise as much money as we did. It was created to raise some money for this event, and then we just kind of see where it took us, and we've opened up to all the opportunities. And we had last year, um, from the end of May previous year to the end of May last year, we had 30 events in the year.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and it included all sorts. We had a Halloween cinema night. We did a skydive. We had a painting session. We had virtual things like a virtual duck race. We did the Grand National sweepstake. We
That's
had everything going on, and it was just as opportunities came up, we took them, said yes, worked with different people, raised loads of money, and had a really lovely time as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And obviously, since someone's come to you and asked you to, if you can help support Crohn's as well, and and brought that to you as well, I'm guessing you're also open to other people coming to you and
Yeah,
asking for your support as well.
yeah, absolutely. And having worked with the people that we've worked with, we've got some really lovely people who are more than happy to help with various things. So, the more people reach out, the more we can support them, and we can hopefully help them raise some awareness and raise some funds for the causes that mean a lot to them.
No, that's amazing. What if someone wanted to help support you? How would be best to do that? Can people volunteer? Can people, other than donating Easter eggs and stuff for hampers, I'm guessing that there's a lot of other ways that people can
Oh,
support you as a charity as well.
yeah, there's loads. I think sharing online what we're doing is a big thing for us. But then as that grows and the support network increases, we will be doing more to support more people. More people will be reaching out to us as well. So like the one with Crohn's, if anyone's affected with Crohn's or knows anybody and would like to support, then give us a follow and you can support with that event. Leicester Square, we've got two charities there that we're supporting. So again, if anybody's affected or would like to make a contribution, you can make a donation straight to the charities, or you can support us and we can help you with that. You can attend the events. If you want to volunteer and give up some time, get in contact with us. You could help us take all the bits up to HCC for the Easter egg raffle. And there's so much going on. There's so many opportunities to support as well.
No, that's amazing. Honestly, I am in awe of what you've managed to do and how you've managed to pull it together, and obviously with support from ambassadors like Jojo as well. It just goes to show how much you're able to achieve, which is fantastic. So, for those obviously who might be listening but might not be able to get down to London to attend the event, we know that they can support in many other ways as well, and contact you and help you with like donations for Easter eggs and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the charities Brave and HCC, they have their own Just Giving pages to fundraise too. So if people aren't able to attend but would like to contribute to those two worthwhile causes, they could donate directly to them. But we've also got some virtual events coming up that anyone can access. So again, just keep an
definitely
eye
keep an
online,
eye
and yeah, definitely.
No, amazing. So what would you like to tell those people who are thinking about buying tickets for the 9th of February but may not have just yet?
Just come along. That's as simple as that. Just come along. It's going to be a really good night out. You're supporting two great charities, both really worthwhile and both completely different as well in what they do. Um, there's a few surprises as well, so come along just for the surprise. Find out what it is.
It's really annoying that you kept us hanging. I'm only kidding, but
All will be revealed on the night, and if you
it's
can't
all
attend,
the
I'm sure there'll
mystery.
be some highlights the following week online as well.
No, it's amazing. So please do follow James and the Kindness Project on Instagram. You can find them on the Kindness Project 24, all in one. But again, the link is below in the show notes, so please do head down there. And I've linked through to the ticket link as well, so that you can purchase tickets from the podcast. If you're watching a snippet on Instagram or my stories, there is the link right there. Just click through and purchase your tickets. And I'm sure James will come down and say hi to you all.
Absolutely. I'll be there. I will meet and greet every single person.
Amazing.
I'll be
Thank
there.
you so much for joining me. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you for
having
having
you
me.
on.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what happens with the Kindness Project over the next couple of months. It's very
Thank you
exciting.
very much.
Thank you. Thanks so much for joining me on Mum's Work and Chaos. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a review. It really helps us to reach other mums out there. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Mum's Work and Chaos Podcast for more updates, laughs, and support. Until next time, remember, we're all in this chaos together.